Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Hope your week is going good. Hope you all are excited for the holiday weekend. I know I am. I'm going to be going to a concert on Tuesday. But we are going to be continuing our work on our spring-themed Syenann tonight. And trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with the rest of these colors so that it's not quite so blue, but also I guess we're just going to accept that our minty green color is the color of our armor. So, it is what it is. Howdy, Katrina. How are you? Hope you're having a good week. Just barely got everything all set up and squared away for the stream to start. I know took 5 minutes to get going, but making posts and discords and hoping to drum up some more viewership. So what is that? Oh, that's just spit. Okay, cool. Alright. So I unfortunately did not have time to work on this thing over the weekend, which means you guys get to see me struggle with this paint scheme more. See if I can actually get things to work out this week the way I want them to in comparison to last week. I think I've decided that I'm gonna go with on the skirt section here, and then she's got some of that armor on the front and in the back, around the back here, like a beige or like a canvas color almost. Hopefully that'll lighten the model up a lot. And then I think I still don't know. I still don't know whether or not I want to do the connecting strips right on the pieces of armor. Make sure this is in focus. The connecting strips on the pieces of armor, if I want to do them in that flesh tone color, or if I want to do them in the Lustful Purple, right? That almost like a lavender pastel. I think once the whole thing brightens up with the tan and stuff that we're going to do tonight, I think this is going to be washed out. I think the only reason why this one looks so good right now is because everything else is blue. But we'll see. I sure hope so. I mean, I know that I've only been streaming on the regular for 5 months now, right? But it sure would be nice to hit double digits for viewership. I'm active in enough discords and groups and stuff like that to drum up interest. I think I need to do more shorts and post them on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. I know I haven't been doing a whole lot of posting. It's mostly because I just haven't really fucking had time after picking up Saturday shifts on the weekends. But I'm now changing my Monday through Friday schedule so that I don't have to go in on the weekend anymore. So maybe I can work on video editing or generating additional content that isn't just the stream. Okay, so let's play with some colors. That's a great wood grain. What if we just did this in white? A touch of green. Oh, there's our minty armor color. What if we did this in white? It's also a great wood grain. What if we keep bringing it up? Just lighter and lighter and lighter. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's workable, maybe. Let's see what this one does when we keep going brighter. They look almost exactly the same. Awesome. Mint grows in spring, right? Yeah, so I guess I've accepted the fact that like mint is gonna be the highlight color of our green. And I did some research and some looking at like fall themed clothing and stuff like that. And it's a lot of like pastels and florals, and like the lavender's on point, but like mint isn't like a terrible thing. I think if I lean heavier into like the purples, and once I get this tan figured out, the mint won't be so obnoxiously bright. So I'm not discarding it completely yet. I believe mint will pretty much grow whenever, as long as it's not freezing. Mint is obnoxiously hardy. Forgotten to water a mint plant for 3 weeks and had it survive. Nice. I mean, I'm less going on like when things grow and more like a color palette, but that's good to know that mint grows all year round.
It's super invasive.
Huh. And I was just told that it's super invasive. Which probably explains why it's such a hardy plant. It's got to be invasive. Or if it's an invasive plant, then it's got to be pretty hardy to survive being choked out by native plants. for not watering them on the exact hour? That's a great question. I don't know where it comes from. My stream is a little frozen. Oh, it fixed itself. Yeah, I think it's like a latency issue with my bitrate. Sometimes it is not great, other times it is. I've also got a stream running for like a streaming service running on our internet at the same time, so we might be a little bit slow tonight if it freezes. Don't be surprised. I will keep an eye on it and make sure that I don't freeze up too bad. I was freezing up a little bit last week as well, so maybe so I might be still doing it again. Oh, yep. I see it. Freezing, then unfreezing.
It's not directly on mine.
It's happening on my stream manager, which is interesting. Huh. I might adjust my camera settings here. Properties. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. I don't think I need to be streaming at 60 FPS. I'm not doing anything so crazy fast that you're gonna miss it if I lower the FPS. But also, so like, back to the mint conversation. I feel like having the mint for spring in the green, like the mint green for the spring theme, will work out good because I can do like the yellow and the richer greens for summer, and it will like make the two distinct enough for you to say, oh, that one's spring and that one's summer. Nope, still, wow, what the fuck? I also just realized I'm not wearing my glasses. Probably should be. Go. Okay. That's really weird. Why is it? Settings. Maybe not 40. Let's drop it to this. How's that? Is that catching up? Let's see if it's still lagging after that change. I don't know how much I love this color. So I knew fall was going to be easy. I knew winter was going to be easy. Summer and spring were the two that I was the most like unsure of how they were going to come out. And lo and behold, spring is being stubborn. It's also, in my part, probably like I picked colors that don't mix well together. So that's also probably part of the problem here. I appreciate that, Katrina, but again, it isn't quite coming out the way I had anticipated, but I'm working with it. And gonna try my best to make it work with the colors that I picked. Music is being weird. Jump forward, see if we can find something in here a little bit better. Oh, goodness. One of these days I'm gonna have to do a D&D stream, only because I seem to not be able to have time to do like the D&D prep that I was doing previously. Like previously I was able to potentially like do a little bit of like writing or prep work or things like that while I was at work. But we've been so busy that I just literally have not been able to do anything but work all day. Because we're just so far behind. And then I'll really have no viewers because I'll tell most of you guys to go away. Yeah, I don't like. I like the off-white, but I don't think my blue undercoat is doing me very many favors right now. I have to go over this like 2 or 3 times to get full opacity. Yeah, switch to a smaller brush. Make sure I'm on frame here. Or in frame. Anybody have any fun plans for the holiday weekend coming up?
This episode of Off Campus is presented by Extreme.
Botanist, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming by. We're working on our spring-themed Syenann. I'm just trying to lay down some skin tone, base stuff. Talking through, like, the thought process on, like, what I'm, about the mint, my green becoming mint instead of a yellow green like I wanted. We were also having a conversation that I think would interest you about how mint as a plant is an invasive species and a very hardy species that grows year-round and doesn't quite fit spring as a theme. Maybe resting mostly, nothing crazy. Nice. Nothing beats a lazy holiday weekend where you do nothing. I am going to be turning my 3-day weekend into a 5-day weekend with a concert. Gosh, the more I work on this, the more I dislike it. These colors just aren't quite working well together. I also have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do for the hair color. Finally, the blue is doing me some favors with this skin tone. Creating nice shadows. Botanist, I saw that airship that you were painting. I was super excited to see you painting it because I also have that model. And while I have no use for it right now, I do eventually want to get to painting it. I mean, I would hope it's a good skin tone, considering that it's a mixture of a flesh paint and a warm brown paint. So I was thinking of turning the brown, or maybe just the tan itself, pulling it down into a wash, and seeing if I can bring the off-white down a little bit. Such a good model. Yeah, it is. It's a so did you buy just the single model, or did you back the Kickstarter and get the whole thing that it's from? Because I know they sell their like certain models individually. I actually just picked up a few Dungeons and Lasers stuff from a local game store because I didn't know that they sold their models individually. So I picked up like a purple worm and like a big flesh golem zombie. Just the model. Nice. Yeah, the Kickstarter that it was from is called The Dungeons of Druzalar, which is like a dark fae themed campaign. Why they have airships, I don't know, but it's like their attempt at a setting for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. So when I backed the Kickstarter, that came with it. It was one of the stretch goal rewards. And I have painted one thing from that Kickstarter. Oh yes, I love their products. They're fantastic. I've been raving about Dungeons and Lasers for years. I have 3.5 of their Kickstarters. the first one that I backed was their terrain kit that they did, which was like the giant ruins, the elven forest, and the swamp forest. Oh, black is way too strong. And I use the that terrain, like those trees and the giant ruins for D&D terrain all the time. Right, I wish I had more of it. So when I backed their terrain set, I only got 2 sets. I wish I had gotten like a third and a fourth. The swamp set had like a bunch of like dead trees and cool boats and stuff like that. I opted for the giant ruins and the elven forest type thing, and they've been useful. But sometimes, like the dead swamp setting stuff is really useful. I really regretted it when I had my D&D campaign going through a swamp. I was like, man, this would have been a great opportunity for that terrain. Too bad I don't have it. But of course, because it's they're great. I love Symmetry Nice. I just paint. I do DM. But like I mostly just paint, seldom use the models. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I paint more than I use the models, but they're nice to have. I do run a D&D campaign. It's a weekly game. Well, it's a bi-weekly game. It's a weird situation. So my play group has 2 DMs, myself and my friend, and I will DM for 2 weeks in a row, then she will DM for 2 weeks in a row, and then we take a game night break between the two, and then we switch back. And I've been running this campaign for 5 years now, 6. I think we're almost at 6 years. Same play group, except for a couple people. And I am always on the hunt for cool models for D&D. Dungeons and Lasers definitely provides cool models, which is one of the reasons why I love their stuff. Also because like the quality of their plastics is on par with Games Workshop. And like I, like most people, started miniature painting because of Warhammer. But then quickly realized how much Warhammer sucks. And then started painting for D&D instead. And I only started like actively doing this on stream this year. I had the stream set up last year, but wasn't being consistent with it. So this year I'm making a real attempt to do it every week, and have been mostly successful except for some extenuating circumstances where I wasn't able to stream, or there were external factors that made it so that I just wasn't in the mood for it, which, to be fair, isn't really an excuse, but when you set your own schedule, you can make that call. But I try to make sure I'm here every week, streaming. Mostly as a way to, like, just make myself come and paint. Have fun, that's all that matters. Yeah, and most of the time I am having fun while I'm painting and doing stuff, but like having the stream as a reason to make myself come and paint has been a great way to like get me to paint more. That is bright. Need like an in between these two. See, is the... No. I was like, is the model in focus while I'm painting for you guys? And of course it's not. When I'm holding it way down there. That's a little better. Samu? I don't know what that means. Samu? Am I saying that right? Or are you just trying to say same? I use stream to paint more big thumb. Yeah, I think it's a great way to, like, if you struggle with motivation to paint, I think it's a great way to motivate yourself to paint more. And by having a schedule for your stream too, it also like makes you carve out time. You're like, okay, this is the time that I'm painting because I'm also streaming. All right, let's see if I can do something with how bright this off-white color is. Okay, well that's definitely thin enough to be a wash. Ooh, I think I like that. Still didn't get full opacity from the blue. It's almost like a peach color now. God, these colors are so weird together. All of them are just acting in weird, different ways. I wanted a challenge, and I sure got one. See what we can do with this blue. Bring this up so it's not so dark. And finally, some fabric where I can put some texture. It's also really watery. I don't understand. That's a big jump. Might have to smooth that out. Some darker colors. Oop. Smacking my camera. Well, that doesn't pull it down at all. Nice. I just made a wonderful gray. Man, these paints are all acting so weird together. That's a pretty blue. I like that a lot. Let's play with that. I did that as skin tone on the last one. Made the elbows exposed. Okay, how did I get that other blue? I mixed in white, right? The really light blue. Yeah. But we're gonna have to glaze that. I guess there was a big puddle of water up here that I didn't see. Actually, we're going to take this, we're going to cover all of this, and then I'm going to work it up with white, see where that gets me. That's a really, really nice blue color. It's a little too much. Yeah, there we go. Just mix greens into everything. Man, that's not very transparent, is it? Trying to glaze it on. There we go. That's what we want. Nice thin layers. Defects abound on this sculpt. It's a damn Unicore, or not Unicore, CO-cast plastic, making it extra difficult to clean the model. Okay. I don't hate the direction that this is starting to go into. We missed a spot on our pseudo wash. It's because it's higher than everything else. Let's see if we can reactivate and then pull this up. I might have to mix more. How did I get there? Just this and white, right? Yes. What would these look mixed together look like? Might be good for the skin tone. Something tells me I'm gonna have to do a really dark recess shade, or just use the plain brown as a recess. That's still way too bright, or way too dark. There we go. Man, what is going on with the stream where it keeps lagging? I think I just need to turn autofocus on. There it goes. Much better. Yeah, I know, right? Are you guys frozen? Is everything... Because my stream manager looks to be frozen, but everything looks like it's still running. Okay, no. I don't know. I might turn it back off. We'll see. Maybe it's just my end where it's freezing up. Hello? I still don't like that. I'm going to turn the autofocus back off because... yeah. I lied. This is also very new for me on this skin tone. I've never done anything like this before. I have no clue what I'm going to do with the hair. Yeah, it's probably my internet connection. So lesson for the next time I do my spring theme. Don't paint everything blue first, because it's just showing through in places that I don't think I really want it to be showing through. Specifically this like off-white color. What's the matter? Huh? Hi, Aurora. You being a good girl? Hmm? Getting fur all over the place? Oh, shit. It's like painting a wall red. It won't cover up and you will probably have to strip it. I don't think I'll have to strip it. I just have to do multiple coats. Or paint over it with a color that isn't blue. That's the beauty of acrylics, is you can just paint over it. But it's also like one of the inherent problems with acrylics is also that they can be very transparent when you don't want them to be. But other times, them being as transparent as they are is a boon and helpful. I mean, hell, the transparency of acrylic paint really helped this effect on the back of the cloak for this one. But it's not doing me any favors here. So. No, it'll just be the theme of this model. It doesn't look bad, but it wasn't what I wanted. Right? Like, I think that's just kind of where I'm at with this one. We've been going for what, hour and a half? Abstract nature moment. Yeah, it's painting on your thumb is just kind of something. It's a habit that I've fallen into to like test the consistency of the paint and thickness. It's also like a way to wipe the excess paint off your brush. Right? It's a great way to test thickness and paint consistency before touching your model. Also, if like I'm trying to do a wash or a glaze, it's a great way to test how thin it is. And if the paint is at the right consistency so that I don't fuck up my brush strokes. Lots of painters do it. How good it is for you or your skin, I don't know. I know a lot of painters wear a glove while they paint, so that when they paint on their thumb, they're not painting on their skin, but they're painting on like a latex glove. Sometimes it gets pretty colorful, I will say. Right now, it's definitely interesting colors. It's always a good way to indicate like how long you've been painting too, is how many different colors you have on your thumb. Sometimes you just kind of end up with a rainbow. That's when you know you've had a really long painting session. There's been days where like I've forgotten to wash it off too, and then like I'll go to work the next day. Someone's like, "What the heck happened to your thumb?" Like, "Oh, I was painting." Okay, greens are actually looking pretty solid. Well, off-white, I don't know how much I like or dislike it. The brown wash didn't do a lot for it. Problem is I've got like no in between on it. Yeah, that's a good way to scare people. I think only because there's so little of the purple. I think the pieces tying my armor together, I am gonna go with the purple. Only because there's so little of it on the model so far, and I just don't know where to put the purple. I don't know where to incorporate it. Okay, I need to move my camera, my ring light. Practically hitting my face into the stupid thing. put down a brush size for this. You missed the purple and off-white. 90% sure you've already done it, just couldn't say what it was. That's a good question. I don't remember what happened. I think I did that. But let's find out. What off-white are you talking about, Katrina? Are you talking about the... Are you talking about the skin color, or are we talking about the off-white that I used for the fabric? Just creates like a almost like a orangey peach color. Why won't that focus? There we go. So there we go. This is our off-white and purple mixed together. Creates like a peachy purpley color. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. But my paint water needs to be changed out. So we're going to take a quick break while I switch out my paint water. Okay. We are back. Fresh drink, fresh paint water. Nice cleaned off thumb for the most part. See, nice and clean. Okay. Let's bring my camera back to where it's not hitting me in the face. Looks a lot like lavender on camera. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't do a whole lot to it. Not enough to make it a substantial, like, new mix. I might need to get some flow improver. Vallejo paint doesn't seem to want to come off my brush. On screen, in frame, check and check. Well, I think now that I have the off-white in on this, I like the direction and the skin blocked in. I like the direction of the model a lot more than when we started this evening. Gosh, can't talk. So I don't know. What do you all think? Does the color palette that we have so far like instantly say to you spring, or is it not quite reading that way? What would you guys do to help make it read as spring? I don't know, I might abandon this purple now that I'm putting it down everywhere. Sometimes you just have to trust the process. Looks so good. Trust me, Katrina, I am trying to trust the process, but sometimes you just gotta scrap it or pivot and do something different. So I'm putting down this purple specifically on this green over here, and all I can see, like this purple and this green right here, all I can see is Hulk colors. And I'm like, no, I don't want this to look like the Hulk. Jesus. But if I go with the skin tone color here, it's probably just going to be too close in shade to the off-white. Yeah, it just looks like the same color. I don't know if I can lighten the purple much anymore. If I lighten the purple any more than it already is, then it's just going to turn white. Oh no, shit. I had water on my furl. Great. Okay. It's going great. Going great. My white has become a mixture of literally every other color on my palette. Here you go, Katrina. This is the purple with white mixed in. And this is the purple straight out of the pot. They look almost the same. There's a little bit of a difference in brightness, but not a lot. All right, we're gonna try something here. Aurora, enough. This is either going to turn out fantastic or it's going to be awful. Okay. Now let's see if I can remember how I mixed this wonderful blue. I think I mixed blue and green, right? I think that's what it was. My blue mixed with my green minus the dog hair. Okay. Green plus my blue. A little too green. That's the ticket. That's the color we wanted. And let's see if we can thin this down so that we can glaze it over top. When in doubt, turn it into an interesting highlight color. And then glazing the blue on top of it reshades it to that color but keeps that texture in there. Now I know on screen this reads as blue, but in person it's going, you can still see the purple. That actually looks pretty good. I like that a lot. I also think it's really going to help tie the purple of the armor connecting fabric. Armor rope, I guess. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Shit. Okay, we just barely saved that. That's what happens when your paint gets too wet. You end up getting it in the recesses where you don't fucking want it. That's usually when you end up eating the most paint. When you get it in the recesses and then you have to very quickly, while it's wet, wick away the extra. That needs to go up brighter. Before I mess with the purple. Let's see. 2 hours, 9:41. Okay. See if I can reactivate this and get another glaze. was a little too heavy-handed. That's okay. Okay, I think we're ready to do the purple over here. I don't know what's going on with this. 1 second the purple is the perfect consistency and the next second it's not. There we go. I'd say that's looking pretty sharp now. I still have no idea what I'm doing with the hair, though. But I think we made a lot of good progress tonight in direction and color choices. So I still gotta do the highlight color for the elbow with the purple. I might do a second pass with the purple for the highlight on the knee. And then we got to work on all the browns for the trees and stuff like that. But I think we got really far. It looks a lot better than what it did when we started tonight. But I think I'm going to call it there. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful, safe weekend, holiday weekend. Thank you for tuning in this evening. And for those of you that come every week, thank you for being here every week. It means a lot. And we will be back next week, and hopefully maybe we'll be on a new season, or we'll be finishing this one off. I don't know. We'll see how much, whether or not I want to do anything over the weekend or not. So, but with that, have a wonderful weekend, have a wonderful Friday, and don't forget to keep it weird. Good night, everybody.